Saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
How I ain't in you niggas top 5. When it comes to this grinding shit, I'm the top guy. And I don't even jot lines. I don't fuck with you, so what you want my number for? I probably wouldn't even answer if you fucking call. I'm with your bitch, I'm sticking dick all in her fucking jaw. Bust in the box, I told him expedite it. I just opened up another track. You see how many jobs I just provided? You not a boss, homie, you just a sidekick.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Snoopi, and you know we back, man. You know we back. What the? But nah, let me get serious, because I mean, this is a serious person we're reviewing right now. You know, we're reviewing one of the most grimiest, bar-heavy, overlooked artists right now in the game. You know, Griselda's own Conway, The Machine. I be forgetting The Machine. We finally get to review Conway's first project under the Shady umbrella. He was signed to Shady, I think it was a few years ago, alongside Westside Gunn. First of all, I will say this. It scares me that this project is on Shady Records. Just because, you know, when Westside Gunn put out that album on Shady Records, Who Made the Sunshine, you know, I didn't really like that one too much, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't like it too much because it was garbage. It wasn't completely under the Griselda umbrella. It was somebody else that had their hand in something, you know, and it didn't work for Westside Gunn because it didn't seem like it was him. It seemed like a lot of people was forcing things together. You know, even though this isn't a Westside Gunn video, I just want to give you the premise on why I feel like, you know, Shady Records is trash right now. And that's what I don't want on this new Conway LP. I don't want too many hands in the pot because I feel like, you know, it's not going to taste good after that. I'm pretty sure by now y'all know I give a little thesis in the beginning of my videos. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all don't have a problem with that, but I love music. I really want to give an opening statement on how, you know, Conway even entered my earbuds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to tell y'all, nothing other than Tana Talk 3. You know, the outro, all 70. That's the first time I heard Conway. You know, I really didn't know anything about them up until Tana Talk 3 dropped. And, you know, that really sent me down a dark black hole. I was like, okay, I know who Benny is at this point, you know, because I listened to the album. But I was like, nigga, who are you? Literally, it was months of me listening to nothing but Griselda. Like, I was literally stuck on that whole sound. And Conway was just one of those people, one of those members where he was an intricate piece in the whole movement that was going on. This dark hole that these dudes sent me down for these few months, you know, put me on projects like Reject 2, GOAT, Black Tape, which is one of my favorites. You know, I was pretty much caught up by that point. You know, and y'all know the rest. But I will say, after the Everybody Is Food series that he put out, which was amazing, by the way, those 3 projects is just, after that series, we started getting rumbles of, you know, the album we about to review right now. And this was goddamn, what 3-4 years ago? We was like, damn, like, Conway, where the hell the album at? But I forgive him for that. And it's only one reason I forgive him. You know, it's a reason, you know, why it was pushed back so much. But and, you know, one of the members is to blame. After the project, Look What I Became, we get a big build up to, you know, From a King to a God, which was a great project in my opinion. I feel like this is one of Conway's, you know, more polished, you know, great projects because I like his grimy shit. Don't get me wrong. I like his grimy shit. From a King to a God, you know, it's pretty grimy in itself, but like I said, it's more shiny. Then we get, you know, La Máquina, which isn't one of my favorite projects from Conway, but it definitely has some highlights on it. You can't even forget about the 2 filler projects he had with Big Ghost. If It Bleeds, It Can Be Killed was like a fucking movie to me, honestly. It was like a movie to me. Like the way the skits played into this project right here, you know, it really reeled me in to Conway's world. It's like in all these projects, we're getting bits and pieces, you know, of Conway's story that he's writing. But it's like he has a way of writing the story as, you know, a Joker type figure where, you know, the humor and the laughter, you know, humanizes it all. He has so many funny bars that you forget what he rapping about. You forget he got shot in the face. And that's one of the reasons why I love Conway's music. You know, you can just hear the therapy coming out of it all. You know, even if it's hidden behind, you know, these funny bars or these basketball lines. He has a great way of writing in a way where, you know, it's like humor, you know, mischievousness, and antagonism all in a few bars, you know, all in one person, all in one rapper. You know, them damn laughs at the end, you know, this nigga will kill you. I'm willing to forgive Conway for making us wait this long just because, you know, Westside Gunn, you know, has had a history of stealing songs from motherfuckers. Conway said a lot of songs that was supposed to be on this project, you know, Westside Gunn took it and, you know, put it on their group project, you know, What Was Machine Gun Do, which was fucking incredible. So I'm not even mad. I'm also, you know, not lowering my standards for this project, you know, just because it took so long to come out. I'm guessing he gonna have some old records on here, some new records on here. I didn't hear anything. I didn't even hear John Hooflick. I heard a little snippet. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm always keep it real. I heard a little snippet on Twitter. You know, Twitter, you know, robbed me from that. But, you know, we here now. Quick and easy. With that being said, God don't make mistakes. 12 songs, 48 minutes. Bro, I'm loving this shit, man. Like, am I the only one that's loving these projects, these concise projects that's actually good? You know, and not just some shit that dude's just throwing out. Well, I don't even know if this is good or not. I don't even know if it's good or not, but I'm just talking too much already. If I'm not mistaken, you know, no point intended. You know, I'm not God or anything or whatever, but, you know, I think this is his son on the cover. I think this is his son. I think he also put his son as an executive producer. Oh, yeah. This is a red cup, but it ain't what you think, all right? Stop being nasty. It's too early for that shit. Trust me. You know, it's definitely Minute Maid. For real, though. Song 1, Lock Load. Featuring Beanie Siegel. Classic Griselda beat. Derringer gotta be on this joint. Oh, really?
Already been through there, hit one of them niggas up. I'm slugging in the phone, catch my phone. Talk about my Facebook, can't say shit about my buzz.
That's exactly what I was talking about before I started the project. Like the way he just hides it in humor. Bro, he sounds so fucking different. Beans just sounds so different now. The aura is still there, just because his voice is not all the way gone. You know, it's still Beans. You can tell it's Beans, but just that aggressiveness with it, you don't really get that anymore. Even though he's, you know, he's older as well too. So, you know, obviously not gonna get the younger antics from Beans on the record, but you know, it's just like, damn, man, he just sounds so old.
A hard flip when I spit without using a pen. Dance with the devil.
It's getting spooky. You said Griselda the fam, you're not switching sides. We gonna remember that because, you know, I heard you say a few times that your contract was up, you know, and you might be, you know, exploring other endeavors. You know, you better not explore anywhere else. This is the family. That's the family right there. You need to stay. Look at me telling him what he need to do. That track right there pretty much explained his first word on the album, spooky. You know, it's getting spooky. It's spooky hours right now, and it ain't even dark. First track was a solid opener. It was definitely a good showing, you know, the later groundwork of what's to come for this project. More of Conway's life story. That's what I'm expecting. You know, God don't make mistakes. You know, I'm thinking that plays into, you know, when he got shot and, you know, God let him live. You know, that's pretty much, you know, I feel like that's what he's getting to with the title, God don't make mistakes. You know, it's a reason I'm here. It's a reason I've got to this point. You know, I'm warmed up. You know, Beanie's verse, I feel like Beanie's verse was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm out the buff with a slanted face killer with Bell's palsy. You know, that's why I love these projects, because I didn't grow up in the 90s. I missed all this. I missed prime Beans. You know, Beans wasn't really in the 90s. He was in the 2000s, but I was too young to listen to that shit. So now that I can listen to it right now on my own time, pretty cool link up. You got a good song out of it. Not nothing too crazy. Not nothing too crazy yet, but, you know, I like the opening. Song 2, Tear Gas, featuring Ross and Wayne. Every time I see featuring Ross and Wayne, I always know something good coming. I just started this channel, so y'all don't even know how much I love Ross, but I love Ross, man. I love Ross. The way his bars are able to depict a certain image for you in your head, push you in that arena, you know, of what he's actually talking about. And then Wayne, you know, it's not really much that needs to be said about that.
Traumatic stress disorder got me smoking out of pound. Heard a nigga say he gon' do something to me. How that sound? Anybody is gonna take my untimely demise before they realize I was a legend. Now we're captured to make people think you really was my nigga. Told my mama to let them fuck niggas in my funeral. Bury me in my tomb.
The fuck?
No, I would hit him on that prison van. You don't know the feeling of never seeing your kid again. And this is Russell Wilson, nigga raising your little man.
Why do it seem like all these niggas having baby mama problems? Like every song is like a baby mama bar. you know, from these Griselda niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will say that, you know, it's a baby mom. Like, why don't y'all let these niggas see their kids? Like I don't understand. Ross about to eat this, by the way. You know, I couldn't even get my thought out. Ross about to eat this. This hook. Little shake.
Yeah. I just got a bag and another bag, yeah. I just got a bag and another bag,
yeah.
Friends watch, fuck on Zoom and let our friends watch that no cap, no syringe top, killing pussy, the dick need teardrop. Tell her ops in a pin drop, I be there in 10 tops, clip full like an inbox, shoot you in your inbox. On them bitches, they follow me like a drag race, start your engine, say you in your bag, nigga, you.
I liked it. I liked the verse.
First shirt, 200 acres, let me show you what my words work.
One thing about Ross, he doing what all of us niggas would do if we had 200 acres. That's flexed on every song.
Regurgitate all the bitches who really worthless. My disposition come with the
Regurgitate all the
niggas slaughtered your daughter's attending sermons. I'm in the felon and calling shots, I'm the colonel.
I know this isn't one of the heavy bars he said on this song right here, but post-traumatic stress got me smoking out the pound. It just resonates with me in a certain way, just because, you know, even though I don't go through the same shit that he go through, you know, you still have certain elements in each other that, you know, make y'all, you know, equivalent to each other, you know, that make y'all similar, you know, have some similarities as far as, you know, how you came up and what you've been through. You know, it doesn't have to be the exact same, but, you know, it's definitely some correlation between, you know, me and Conway. When he say shit like that, only on the second song, I can still feel that Conway. Like I said, I don't know how old these songs are, but you can still feel that Conway still doesn't like how the industry views him, or, you know, how rap views him, as far as, you know, he still feels like he's overlooked. He said shit like, it's going to take for my untimely demise for them to figure out that I'm a legend. I feel him when it comes to that, because honestly, I feel like Conway is a little overlooked. You know, when it comes to Benny, Conway is definitely some people's favorites, but I would say Benny is probably, you know, Benny's my favorite out of the crew. And I would say he's mostly a lot of people's favorites. I feel like that's a big reason of why Conway is overlooked, just because Benny is such a great rapper that Conway doesn't have no choice but to be overlooked in that situation. Beautiful sample on this joint too, just beautiful. Like, and I feel like the beat switched up, like in the middle of it had like a weird switch to it. I like that part of it. I like it. It was a slight switch, not too extra. The only thing that I would say I didn't like about this track is, you know, the lackluster hook on here. You know, I feel like Kanye probably should have got somebody else to sing this hook. You know what? The hook reminded me of a little bit of Lloyd Banks. A little bit melodic, but still raw. Like when Conway does it, it just comes off a little bit lackluster. You know, I wanted to hit a little bit harder. You know what I mean? It's not as smooth as I think he thinks it comes off. Them bitches, they follow me like a drag race. Start your engine. Wayne still got the metaphors. He ain't done with it. Even though, you know, I thought his verse was cool. I thought it was cool. It wasn't nothing. I don't know. I heard so much great Wayne that I hold Wayne to such a standard that it's like, damn, I shouldn't do that, but I do. Like a lot of the times I feel like Wayne falls back on the fast rap, you know, and it kind of comes off as, you know, him doing run-on sentences and mumbling. You know, it kind of comes off as, you know, it's a lot of words stuck together. You know what I mean? You really can't break up the syllables too much. He's kind of like falling back on that in the latter part of his career, but it's fine. You know, he already a legend. I already knew Ross is going to eat this beat just because if you know how Justice League produces, his main producers that's been on a lot of his projects, a lot of his classic projects, if you know how they produce, then you know this is not too far-fetched from the beat that he usually is great at rapping on. Ross has that unbeatable flow that's so slow. You know what I mean? It flows so soft like butter that you can't resist it sometimes. This is one of the ones that I was looking forward to, but honestly, it didn't really blow me away too much. It honestly didn't blow me away too much. I thought it was going to be a little better. No, it's cool, though. It was a pretty cool track. Song 3, Piano Love. Bro, this shit got Alchemist all over it.
Sneak the hammer in the club, the realest bitch I ever had.
That's a real bitch.
Hood niggas still eat the ramen noodles. That low cost of extra rockin' food, but I don't care what city you from. You solid, I salute.
Yo, I'm sorry, but I got to tell y'all a little story real quick. My mom tried to buy me some FUBU shoes one time. Like, she literally tried to ruin my life. Like, and then she tried to upgrade it to the Shacks. Like that's nothing better. Like, that's not better at all. Like she was really trying to figure out why I was crying in Payless. Like,
coming through the back blocks, riding around with the pole lurking. My young boy quit drinking lean.
He in the pocket right now.
Niggas getting smoked in broad day, and it's a shame. Don't matter if you was in front of the precinct, you getting stained. Ain't no respect in my
for real? Conway, you know that's cap. If a nigga standing in front of the police station, you are not shooting him. There is no.
You know what the fuck is up, nigga?
It's just something about them slow beats with the keys that just bring out that devilish sound of Conway. Not devilish, but like griminess. Based on these first 3 tracks, if I didn't know anything about Conway, I would get a lot out of these first 3 tracks right here. It's kind of set up as a debut project, I feel like, you know, because you're getting a lot of, you know, his life, a lot of the things that we've heard from Conway before, you know, we kind of getting right now. It's nothing too special and new that we getting. He's just basically telling you how he came up, you know, came up with the brick sellers and brick movers. Conway is already a dark presence on the track, and you just add Alchemist beat, you know, at the bottom of that, it's going to be amazing. I think that's the Alchemist beat. You know, I'm kind of stretching right now because I don't know who it is, but, you know, you sound like Alchemist, whoever you are. Conway's bars are usually, you know, in your face. You know what I mean? It's not too much going to go over your head, you know, but it's such in your face that you can't miss it. Song 4, Drumwork, featuring Love the Genius and Jay Skis. I love the Genius. She's one of the new artists that's coming out now. I think she's from somewhere upstate New York, but her project Love is Love, and then the Self-Love project after that, she just has a style that's so distinct and it's so different. You know what I mean? Her voice is so high pitched, and you know her lyrics actually slice through you as well. She's not just spitting out, you know, random shit, you know, which a lot of females do nowadays as far as rapping. The verse she did on Shay Norris project, Food for Thought, which I need to do a review for, by the way, not a reaction because I already heard it. Great project. Jay Skis, we know who he is. He been on plenty Conway projects, plenty Griselda projects. Dusty drums. Oh, you know who on this beat.
I was the most overlooked, now I'm the most noticed. Hope it's noted, this how real niggas supposed to look. Yes, OG told me keep them feelings in your chest, just kill them with your success. They gon' be sick when they visit your neck.
Yeah, Woo's right. It'd be hard to keep them feelings in your chest sometimes.
Hey yo, I went and got me a brick, a half a brick of some fat. I left the kitchen a mess. I twist my wrist and I stretch. My nigga, listen, I'm black. I'm Russell Wilson.
Be something that's dumb young sent me back where I come from. I'm here, I ain't going stupid.
This flow right here.
And I've been fighting with life so long, my fucking hands hurt. And I decided to right my wrongs and wrote a jam first. Cause if it jam first, they'll never kill me like a cancer. And my hook got bigger things to worry about than how you say my name. One of the greatest of
Yo, she's showing her ass on here.
Bro,
this beat, oh my
That's like I'm enormous. They let me in the game, I lock it and void it. She threw me bomb pussy, so I had the Leviscus and naughty. If I
this like a cypher beat. You can't beat this motherfucker. Erringer. Oh my. I'm changing my favorite song. This is exactly why I love this kind of music right here. This nigga really just gave us 4 minutes and 35 seconds of straight bars. Everybody went stupid. It wasn't no weak verse on it, which is hard to do nowadays. There's always a weak link somewhere. I feel like it's always something where it's like, Love the Genesis. She ate you, Conway. I'm sorry. She ate you on that one, and Jay Ski, but you know what it was. Conway still playing into that concept. You know, I was the most overlooked. Now I'm the most noticed. First of all, this song just made me realize how old Conway is. You know, the player 40. The way he can just tell all these different stories about his life, and it come full circle to who he is now. He's able to stack those things on top of each other in just one song. You know, it's crazy the way he can do that. You know, I'm really thinking about that now. My verse is like an open book about my life and all the dope I cooked. Conway talks about how he's smarter with his money now. He's starting to invest. Don't worry about the people on the outside talking shit about you, you know, killing with success. Talks about people on the outside not recognizing his talent, you know what I mean? Like, but I feel like Conway has to stop doing that. That's one thing I don't like about what Conway does. And it kind of reminds me of Wale. The fact that they're so focused on the people that aren't recognizing their talent and aren't putting them in those lists and those conversations. You know, I feel like it's too much of Kanye. I said Kanye, oh my God. It's too much of Conway worrying about those people. You know what I mean? And you know, I feel him when he says, OG told me, you know, to keep my feelings to my chest. You know what I mean? You don't want to be that nigga screaming at Complex on the phone. Song 5, Wild Chapters, featuring T.I. and Novel.
In the road truck waiting for
more Dusty drums.
So my girl, I apologize. This time I mean it. You know I got a good heart. Yeah,
I mean it.
Won't feed it. I had a son a little while after, and when he died, no, it was hard for you to smile after. While all that was going on, I had a child after. So how the fuck would you be a proud rapper?
This is in this world,
fence. Remember, cut too clean, a little sucker sit in. This rap music shit, man, show you how it begin.
Yeah. Why do T.I. sound so perfect over this, though? I don't understand, bro. Why is this about to bring a tear to my eye? The hook kind of threw me off at first, but it kind of reeled me in.
From hoping I ain't got no words, the floor is Italy torn. Machine and the king from back here beyond.
Yeah.
So fried all day, and my grind always.
Wow. This is one of the ones right here. It sounds like a phoned in verse. I don't like it. Very powerful, and I'm mad because I feel like that track is gonna go over a lot of people's heads. Like from the production, I need to know who produced it. I'm sorry, Hit Boy, of course. Conway has always opened up like this on tracks. You know, it takes a few, you know, grimy tracks. It takes a few, you know, shoot 'em, bang, bang, pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? Take a couple of them tracks for him to get to a track like this. Every time he lays something like this down, it always touches me for some reason. You know what I mean? You can just feel him. The stories he's telling us, you know what I mean? I didn't know he had a son before, you know, the one he has now. This is the first new thing that actually popped up for me, you know, when it comes to Kanye and his whole discography and what I know and don't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know that, you know, and that's actually a shocker to me. And that's a highlight of this album already for me. Didn't need any bars. Didn't need any bars. You know, you felt everything he was saying because it's true. You know, you can tell it's authentic. I feel like every time you listen to T.I., especially now that he's older, you know, and you know, he's more solidified in the stage where, you know, he's a man now. You know, he's always been a man, but, you know, he's comfortable in his own skin as being, you know, a rapper that uses the big words, you know what I mean, and wants to teach instead of saturating the market with what's already popping right now. You know, what he used to do back in the day, back when King came out and, you know, he was talking about trapping, you know, which he talked about on this verse, but, you know, it's a little different. He's more teaching you, elevate your comprehension, you know, consolidate your vision. And I always like hearing shit from people like T.I., you know, artists like T.I., because, you know, you so far ahead in the game that you don't need to do this. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you got so many other endeavors that you're dealing with, but for you to come on here and actually give a verse that you actually put effort into, because a lot of people don't do that. They don't put effort into projects like this. You know what I mean? Somebody call you for a verse, but I'm gonna just put some bullshit on there. You know, T.I.'s one of them people I feel like you always gonna get a solid verse from. Novel. Whoo, that hook, boy, I didn't like the hook at first. Like, how you gonna lay down the verse and then transition into the hook like that? Song 6, Guilty.
Look, reject back from the trenches, back with the Mac with extensions. To my nerves, no feeling in my legs. I took a bullet in the head, nigga. That's why I chuckle at the comments that I read about the way my face look and shit. I could have been dead. This shit is a gift, nigga. King of the underground, but still I'm a rich nigga. A few years ago, I was just on my dick, nigga. The spit it like this, nigga. Rollie on my wrist, lean a pot like this, nigga. Wet, nigga.
This sound like another Hit Boy beat. You know, we haven't really heard him, you know, get this transparent with us. We have, you know, because he's talked about, you know, having the fear of, you know, showing his face after he got shot, you know, what people would think of him, you know what I mean? But, you know, I feel like the fans, the people that actually support him, you know, the people that built murals for him, you know what I mean? The people that, you know, got his face tatted on him and shit like that. You know, I feel like that made him more confident. Just focus on the lyrics. Don't focus on my appearance. You know what I mean? He's telling you that, you know, it doesn't matter what I look like. You know, my bar is still hard. You know what I mean? It don't matter. You know, I still am who I am. I'm guilty of being, you know, sad. You know, I'm guilty of being in my feelings about, you know, what happened to me. But, you know, it's not going to stop me. You know, it's not going to stop me from getting to the point that I want to get to. That's one of the reasons I respect Conway, because, you know, he really exhibits, you know, the behavior of a person, you know, that never gave up. Song 7, John Who Flick. Now, I didn't hear this. Heard a little snippet, but then I turned it off. Because I'm like, what is this? Did I hear this already? No, didn't hear it. You know, Benny the Butcher, West Side Gun, you know, the whole Griselda crew. You know what I mean? They don't have no bad track yet together. This is the trio. You know, if you want to put Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, you know, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, you know, whoever you want to put that as a 6-man, that's on you. I heard this first bar right here and I turned it off.
Look, tell them rap niggas we taking over. Had to change the flow up, now I'm in the Maybach, sipping a spade mimosa. Take a big and make a quota with the baking soda. Pray to Jehovah, K with the shoulder straps, pray it's over. So I'm looking at these rap niggas like, is there a problem spot? About the middle of your head like Larry Johnson. Cushion in the morning, drink like yeah, hearing old niggas talk about back in the day.
Wait, ain't you old niggas?
Like Kyle Korver, had the body for one and left his file older. I'm Kobe Bryant on my team, I'm the fucking close.
Yo, these basketball balls, bro. That whole scheme was just crazy. Who's coming on? I'm literally anticipating. Okay.
I'm wearing a biscuit. I need a pile of dirty cash or somewhere I can risk it. Everybody cheats till they get hit with a hawk. Main line in the L, they get hit with a fork. Had a clientele who is a fork. The
Hey yo, no bricks in the off-white with keep acting like nobody.
Yo, Westside Gun ad-lib just get me so hype every time I listen to him. Like, I'm not even a hype nigga. I'm pretty chill, but it's something about that. It's
Get caught with it, I've been home in 3 summers. Get caught without it, might not let it speak about it. My niggas still got 40.
which way you gonna take? I want to say that John Who Flick is the best song on this project, but I feel like I'll be pandering a little bit just because it was dropped as a single. And I'm not doing that. We got the 3-headed monster again. You know, I wasn't expecting nothing less than what I just received. You know, I wasn't expecting to be as good as it was. That joint was fire. You know what I'm saying? That's about to be on my playlist for a long time. You know, they sound nothing alike, even though they're from the same place. But the way they come together, it's like a fucking all-star team. So smooth. You know what I mean? It's not like it's forced together. You know what I mean? Even though they had their differences and things like that. You know, the way they addressed everything about that was pretty cool also. Dog put his mask up and sprayed 80. That's Wayne Perry. Shout out Wayne Perry. If you don't know him, you should know him. I'm not going to say the GOAT because that would be irresponsible. Surprisingly, I thought Conway's verse was the best on there. Most of the time I give it to Benny. But on this record, that wasn't the case. You know, Conway came in and did what he had to do and got out. I parked the middle of your head like Larry Johnson. Benny always saying this for some niggas in the feds. This for some niggas in the ground. So this for some niggas somewhere that ain't around. You know what I mean? Like, this is for us. A lot of the underground artists really owe Griselda, I feel like, because, you know, a lot of people didn't even know about, let's say, a Bodie James, you know what I mean? Like a Action Bronson, you know, people in that realm, you know, a Ransom. People knew about them, but the way their numbers are streaming now and, you know, the spotlight that's on them, they really got to pay respects to Griselda, you know, for putting them on their projects and, you know, really bringing light to that whole arena as far as underground artists. You know, they just come together so effortlessly and give you shit like this. Song 8, Stressed. Oh, featuring Wallow. This give me like a Joey Badass kind of vibe right here. Yeah.
Nobody want me to save them. I guess niggas think 10 million was Shady Baby. I tell them no, they talk down on me and try to play. Guess they forgot it.
Well, y'all out there, y'all niggas out there, I hate y'all niggas with a passion. Like, you will give a nigga so much shit. Then you be like, nah, one time, you be like, bro, what? Yeah, no, nigga. You know why? Because I just gave you $10. I mean, not $10, you know, that's something small, but, you know, I just gave you $100. You know what I mean? When you gonna pay me back? I know you worried about what the next thing I'm gonna do for you. When you gonna pay me back? You know what I mean? Did you pay me back? Was you ever planning on paying me? And it's like, when you expect shit back, not even expect shit, you know, when you don't expect it back, you know, and they still don't give it to you, you know, it's just something that lingers in me that doesn't sit well with me. You know what I mean? Just because I didn't ask for it back doesn't mean that, you know, I didn't want it back. You know, maybe I'm just testing out to see where your integrity's at. You know what I mean? Because we all know most people out here don't have no integrity. You know, it's been shown.
Something every real nigga worldwide can attest to. When a nigga needs something, the only time you call the check, that's all facts. The niggas never think that she don't even know that I'm depressed too. Do anybody care that I'm stressed? I'm stressed too. Most of my homies died, the rest of them doing something.
Are you fucking kidding me? I don't even say kidding.
My cousin hung himself. I never told nobody, but I lost a son myself. Imagine being in
there it is again. That's what I'm saying, you never told us that.
That's why I drink a bottle daily for all the shit I keep bottled in lately. Do anybody care that I'm stressed?
Yeah, this is it.
10 months old, I was abused. Kicked in the stomach, I swallowed like a balloon.
Like the amount of facts that he is dropping right now, it's just like I don't even know what to say because he's saying it all. I don't even know if I'm gonna have any comments on this track because y'all know what he's talking about. Y'all hear him. It's no bars to dissect. Oh my God, this is one of the best tracks I ever heard from Conway. Like, and that's really saying a lot. How long was he saving this song, man? How long did he have this?
Man, do anybody care that I'm stressed? Oh, around, so I guess it's out of sight.
You was by yourself them nights in the gym. You was by yourself them nights on the track. And you said, I'ma come back. And that's what you did. You came back.
5-minute song that I wish was longer just because of the gems he was dropping. It's really hard to kind of explain like what that song was even about just because how deep it is. This specific track right here reminds me of something Biggie did on his Ready to Die album, Things Done Changed. You know, it has reminiscences of that track, and even Conway, even his whole, the way he's even, you know, explaining everything, the way he's writing everything, it reminisces Biggie. You know, I'm not saying he's Biggie. I'm definitely not saying that. Don't get it fucked up. But it's just the song, like listen to Things Then Changed and listen to The Stressed. You know what I mean? You'll get kind of a correlation or, you know, where an idea of this record probably came from. I could be reaching, but, you know, it definitely has some resemblance. Do anybody care if I'm stressed? Not when you the one that's supporting everybody. Not when you the breadwinner. You know, you don't have nobody to go to. That's why I feel like, you know, a lot of people that get in these positions where they're solely the breadwinner for their whole family, they want to get love. They want to get unconditional love. You know what I mean? They want to have a person they can go to and talk to because, you know, naturally, you really don't want to talk to a person that you give a lot of shit to because you feel like they'll probably be a yes man or some shit like that. You know what I mean? You don't always want to put your faith in that person to give you the real on everything. Dudes you've been around your whole life, you know, the people that's going to keep it real with you, you know, you have to have them people around you because if you have just yes men around, you're going to do yes men type shit, you know. Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that. Them the people that don't really, you know, succeed, you know, in these situations, you know. Off on a tangent, you know, I talk a lot, but, you know, yeah, you know, I'm going to definitely sit back and smoke me once of this and really figure out, do people care if I'm stressed or not? I guess niggas think 10 million is what Shady paid me. Stop pocket watching, niggas. I hate them dudes, man. Like, always talking about what somebody else got, you know what I mean? Or trying to, you know, come up with a hypothesis on what they got. In the 90s, that's a hit song. Song 9, So Much More. I need so much more of this fucking album.
They say the eyes is the windows to the soul of a man. I look at you and see you weak, so I know where you stand. I be like in the way of my goal and my plan. The same way created diamonds when niggas left me with coal in my hand. That was like a famous bitch.
Oh
I
my
gotta
God.
be stepping booth. My tweet got taken out of context. They think I left the group. Yeah. There's so much more. There's so much more.
Okay.
Don't let 'em put me in no
So you ain't leaving.
So much more.
I love you. Conway has been fighting an uphill battle as far as, you know, getting to where he wants to be in the industry, even though he's put out quality projects. You know, more than quality projects. He put out better projects than most of these niggas that's at the top. But he's not getting recognized for it. And, you know, that's really eating at him. But I like when he does it like this, you know, as far as, you know, saying I'm so much better. You know what I mean? Not actually going at other people saying that, you know, these niggas this, these niggas that, you know what I mean? Because I don't really like when rappers do that. You know, speak from your perspective. Speak from your perspective of what you see inside yourself and what you think other people don't see. It's like he's screaming to tell y'all that I'm not just another rapper. You know, I'm actually special. But, you know, the fact that he has to scream this out is, you know, it really what's making me, you know, feel him on this, you know, just because I recognize his talent.
When the coats for the kids and hot meals for the homeless, they post me getting arrested, but the side of me they never show it. They hear the songs about how we be.
That's gonna happen though.
I never DM'd a rap on my cover and asked them to throw it on his pages. I was too focused on staying focused. I think
We are literally just getting a boatload of Conway's thoughts just getting thrown at us like darts right now. That whole second verse was basically breaking down what he think a corny nigga is in the industry. Don't fucking text me your album cover and tell me throw it up on my Instagram because I'm not doing it, my nigga. You know, if I fuck with your music, I'm gonna do it myself. You know what I mean? I feel like that's basically what he was saying. You know what I mean? And I kind of agree with him. You know what I mean? All these motherfuckers complaining about what these other dudes be doing for them and, you know, other dudes getting help and co-signed. You know, that's not something to cry about. You know, that path was for them. You know, you don't even need you don't need other rappers to promote your shit. You know what I mean? Don't ask other rappers to promote your shit because that's not genuine love. Like he said, don't be looking for a handout. You know, don't look for this from this dude. Don't look for that from that dude. Great song, great concept, great verses, great production. Song 10, Chanel Pearls featuring Jill Scott. It's my baby. I'm sorry.
The ones you love most wanna know what your safe really holds. No morals.
This beat is so distinctively different than anything that Conway's ever rapped on. It's more of like an upbeat kind of vibe to it. The drums are very heavy. It's got kind of like a happy sample in the background. It's definitely something different. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
It's like a can of peaches. You got that shit on you, killing them. That's just saying the least. You about to get away with murder. You my Annalise. Got you to bust down cars.
Don't tell me Conway in love too.
My day ones never was there.
It's Sepsi.
I just some niggas don't have issues with you and never gonna tell you.
We filled the buffalo night skies with our minds. We stayed close, we wasn't monolithic. My lane push for game.
Word from Jill Scott.
And that apartment on me more than blood. I know you feel it. Even in the Taliban, hand in our hands, lyric artisan.
I knew we was gonna get one of them. That spoken word she was doing, like coming from Jill Scott, she just got. First of all, she just got that soul level about her. We all know this. I don't even need to explain it. You know what I'm saying? We all seen, you know, what's that movie? Goddamn. Why Did I Get Married? We all seen it. Ever since that movie, I've always had a soft spot for Jill Scott. And that's always going to be my baby. And if anybody touch her, you know, I'm pulling up. But now, on a serious note, she did sound great on it. She sounded perfect over this. You know what I mean? And, you know, the way she switched it up at the end, I wasn't sure if we was going to get any Jill vocals because, you know, we got to pay a lot for that. That ain't free. Also ain't cheap. For her to actually put in effort on this track, you know, it's touching to me because she didn't have to do this. You know, Conway got some great features on here, some standouts from his features as well. Conway showing me some versatility now. It's getting serious. It's getting serious because this is definitely a track that would also, I feel like, be a hit in like the 90s or early 2000s, which is killing me that it's not a hit now. This review might be coming off a little biased, but I love Conway, man. Like, I love Griselda. I love their whole style, you know. The refreshness of the new set of boom bap style that's coming out. You know, I don't feel like, I don't know how you can hate on it. Woke me up with a big ass smile to eat my pussy. You know, Jill getting a little toxic in this. And, you know, she's always a little bit on the gentle side, but not on this one. You know, I guess you don't need my protection. Beautiful track. I like how it was structured. You know, I like how, you know, Jill got her own little part at the end where she was able to showcase her talent. Song 11, Baba's featuring Keisha Plum. Keisha Plum, she already a legend because of all the Griselda projects she been on. You know, I just be hearing her voice all the time. The fuck is going on?
Blood gurgling at the back of his throat.
What the fuck is this? Weird ass drum pattern though.
Came back like it's
What the fuck is about to happen? Oh, okay.
Dirty cop, police station, old case, probation. Parole, 5 years for safety.
Don't load the gun. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, that's just so great. He's really just taking you through how the fuck Buffalo is. Like, he really was just, like, pretty much just lining up similes on how Buffalo is. It was structured like a poem, but it came off as a rap. Like, and then Keisha Plum, like the way she came in and just gave it the whole spoken word. I thought Jill Scott gave a good spoken word. You close your eyes and really listen to it. You know, it's gonna take you to them harsh winners. God Don't Make Mistakes, featuring Annette Price.
Some of these shit, I don't know the answer.
I feel like I'm walking down a dark ass alley right now.
What if I was stuck in prison with numbers, knowing these niggas wouldn't answer?
Who the fuck produced this?
At night, he had a show in Carolina. He like, bro, fuck with me, let's do it right. What if I win? That shit would've changed the way I had a bitch. I should've had at the telly sucking my dick.
Oh, he about to talk about how he got shot?
It's for a reason, but I'm just saying what if. What if I never got shot in the head? I couldn't get sleep at night. Might drop a...
I was right about the concept. God Don't Make Mistakes. He wanted to bring it back to when he got shot.
Will DJ Clark can't co-sign us? Will Paul and Eminem have signed us? Huh?
Yeah.
We went the streets, take me under. Well, I'm naked in the streets, so well, the streets take me under.
I don't even know what to say. Before I wrap this whole thing up, I do got a question though. Like, where the fuck is Hov at? This nigga been screaming about this whole verse. We didn't get it. I thought he was being a little sneaky by not putting them on the track list. But we don't have one. Where's the verse? I don't understand. I thought he was getting the J verse, but it's cool though because you put out a great project. You know what's funny about this project for me? This really does seem like a debut project. This is like I'm listening to Conway for the first time. That's how he set it up. That's how he structured this whole album. You know, he's telling his life story, you know, all the way to the end. And, you know, as it gets to the title track, God Don't Make Mistakes, you know, as he talks about the time he got shot. Throughout the whole album, he's talking about his trials and tribulations up to that point, you know, of him getting shot in the streets. And also in the midst of the album, he's also talking about when he's at the top and, you know, him not getting the recognition and him also, you know, having to take care of everybody and, you know, nobody's praying for him. Kind of like what Kendrick said on Phil, you know, on this damn project, you know, Phil, ain't nobody praying for me. You know what I mean? Is anybody looking out for him? You know, he's the breadwinner. So, you know, it's kind of hard to find that person. I literally feel like I relearned a lot about Conway, you know, because I listen to a lot of music. So this project really brought everything full circle for me as far as, you know, everything I need to know about Conway up to this point. This was a great project, like from production to lyricism. Like it was a couple songs on here where I was like, it's not really bar heavy, but it didn't need to be, which is crazy for Conway because he's such a bar heavy rapper. He's such a great lyricist. Gun bars, the drug talk, you know, the Buffalo spice he give you. All of that was wrapped up in this project. And I see why it took so long for him to put this out. He really wanted to be cohesive and actually make sense. The cover, you know, when you look back at the cover and you listen to this project, you know, it really brings it to life. I'm getting excited explaining this because, you know, I don't even think I really fully understand what I just heard, you know, because this might be Conway's best project. This might be Conway's best project as far as, you know, it being polished, it being, you know, potent and, you know, what he's trying to get across, you know, as far as the concept. When I listen to this project, the concept for me is basically, I'm here. This is me, nigga. I'm here and I'm not leaving. You know, I should be on top. Y'all keep playing with me. You know what I'm saying? When I drop this shit, y'all ain't gonna play no more. And I haven't looked on Twitter to see, you know, what the reaction is because I honestly want to do my review first before I see anything because I didn't want shit to get spoiled for me. And, you know, I hate that shit. John Who Flick, if that would have got spoiled for me, it wouldn't have hit me as hard as it did, you know, in this project. That's one of my favorite songs on the project. The first two tracks on here was kind of shaky to me. I'm not gonna lie. You know, not shaky in the fact that they weren't good songs. They were good songs, you know, but it didn't really take me out of my body. You know, something that we waited 4 years for. I'm thinking the intro is gonna take me out of my body. Lock and Load, it's prototypical Conway, to be honest with you. It's prototypical Conway. You know, then we get to the second track, Tear Gas, which, you know, I thought was a good track, but I feel like the verses really didn't come through like they should have. You know, it really didn't match up to what it says on paper, you know, with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross, even though I thought Ross's verse was better than Wayne's and also Conway's, to be honest with you. Love the Genesis, like, she was probably the standout verse on here for me. Like, honestly, like, her and T.I. will say were the standout verses on here for me. John Who Flick, I'm putting them all in one together, you know. Wild Chapters, one of my favorites on this album, like, really being introspective and transparent with this audience. You know, that's the type of shit I really do want to hear from Conway because, you know, we get it. We're going to get the gun bars and the drug bars, like I always say. But, you know, for him to dig deep down, which I know is hard for him to do based on his prior music and prior projects, we really needed this. He really needed to get this off his chest, you know, as far as, you know, telling stories that he hasn't told before about him losing a son. So that's what I was looking for when I was going into this project. Looking forward to learn something new about Conway, just because it is your debut project, and I don't want it to be, you know, the same shit you've been rapping about, you know, up to this point. I don't know who went and got Jill Scott, but that was a genius move for whoever did it. Whoever did that, I'm pretty sure it was him, because honestly, it really didn't feel like, you know, Shady had too much of a hand in this project. And I'm surprised that it came across so authentic and so juicy at this point in time. The production on here was amazing. I feel like it was tailor-made for Conway. You know, I feel like he went and got the specific producers that he wanted. You know what I mean? Hit Boy's beat on here. I feel like Hit Boy had the best beat on here. I'm sorry. Like, that joint is fucking crazy. I know I heard some Derringer. I know I heard some Alchemist, but, you know, I can't really depict it too much, you know. But I'm going to definitely look at the credits and see who else, you know, produced on here. But that's it, man. That's all I got, man. This is a phenomenal project from Conway. You know, I can't wait to hear some more. I can wait to hear some more. I can wait. I'm going to sit with this for a little bit. I ain't going to lie. Stress, too. Stress. That song is fucking amazing. Shit, that's Conway. God Don't Make Mistakes. You know, hey, man, we almost at 100 subs. I can almost, you know, get a shape up now. You know, help me out. You know what I'm saying? We almost did. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate everybody, every comment, every subscriber. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everything. If you like the video, like the video. If you want to subscribe, subscribe, you know, unless you want to keep seeing my hairline like this, you know what I'm saying? Help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all, man, for real. Can't ask for a better album to listen to on this Sunday right here. It's only Sunday. I didn't wait too long. But I'm gone, man. See y'all in the next video.